I'm giving away a Dyson AirWrap. So if you're watching this video, that means I officially hit 100,000 on YouTube. So thank you for that. And hopefully I hit 400,000 on Instagram, which is just wild. So to thank you guys for your support over the last few years, I'm giving away an entire Dyson AirWrap complete set. And this is the one with the longer barrels, okay? And at the end of this video, I'm gonna put all of the rules for you to enter the giveaway. So you can just follow along. Good luck. Love you guys. Thank you so much. And I promise I'm going to start posting on YouTube. The number one question I get asked all the time is, how do I make my curls last? So today in this video, I'm going to cover every single tip and trick that I know to help you make your curls last using the Dyson AirWrap complete set. We're going to start with products. We're going to go in with every little tidbit of information that I have. So you want to start with your hair damp. I just washed my hair, but by the time I put my makeup on to film this video, my hair started to dry. This is a wet to dry styler. If you want your hair to last, you have to make sure that your hair is wet. So we're gonna first start with some heat protection in our hair, and you wanna do this anytime you heat style your hair, that's a given. I'm using the Milky Leave-In Conditioner from Sol de Janeiro Hair. This will help me make my hair kind of smooth, silky, workable, and it'll also give my hair that protection from the heat. So I'm going in with the Tresemme Extra Hold Volumizing Mousse. This basically helps your hair hold its structure after it dries. And you don't need a lot. Like normally if I was to leave my hair curly, I would pile this in, but you just need a very thin layer of your mousse for this. And now we're gonna pre-style our hair. When you're pre-styling your hair, you're basically removing excess water from your hair, and you can do that with any three of these attachments, okay? And this one is the Kawanda pre-styler that they have, and it doubles as a flyaway attachment. If you have finer hair, I would recommend going in with this because this will really dishevel your roots and really give you that volume that you need. If you have medium to fine texture hair, I would go in with the flat brush that has these nibs on it, okay? So fine texture, medium to fine. Medium to coarse, extra coarse, super kinky hair, you want to go in with this attachment. This is the flat brush for coarser hair, and the bristles on this are a little bit stronger, quite a bit stronger actually, than the flat brush that has the nibs on it. These are super soft and bendy, and these are very firm. And this is the one that I'm going to be using. If your curls are not drying, that means you're going in way too soon with this attachment. What you need to do is focus on drying your roots 100% completely dry. So when you're pre-styling, we're just going to be focusing on our roots, and everything else will kind of lose the excess water from the residual heat from us drying our roots. You see how my roots have completely dried? They're nice and smooth. They're not kinky. It's going to make it so much easier for me to curl my hair now because I'm not going to be fighting the root. Because when your hair is wrapped on this, especially longer hair, the most concentrated heat is going on the mids and the ends from this tool. I'm almost done here. I basically did it in 3 rough sections, okay? You don't need to take small sections for pre-styling at all, but I'll show you when you're styling it, you basically want to pull and do this. I'm not yanking the hair out of my head, but you want some kind of tension in there. So we're done pre-styling, and my roots are 100% dry all around, and my ends are still damp, okay? If your ends are not damp and they've dried a little bit too much, just keep a water bottle nearby and just give them a quick spray. And now we're ready to start styling our hair. Do not sleep on the pre-styling process, guys. It will make and break your curls. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and switch our attachment, and you just wanna unlock it, pop it right off, and we're gonna go in with the long barrel. This is the one that I'm actually giving away, is the kit with the long barrel. And you basically just rotate it left or right. The rule of thumb when you're styling your hair is you wanna keep the section the same width as the diameter of the barrel that you're curling with. That's gonna set you up for success, because if you go too thick or too wide, it's not going to be drying it sufficiently. So you always want to start from the bottom and work your way up. We know that. And your roots are completely dry. Your ends are on the damp side. And we're going to go ahead and hold it 6 inches from the end, and you're going to start curling it. And we're going to do ours back away from our face on both sides. So you're going to go all the way up, and you're going to hold it. And I like to shift the hair around up and down, just to make sure that it's drying all the way through. When it feels nice and dry, you're gonna go ahead and give it a cool shot. So the power button, you're just gonna hold it up, okay? And you're gonna hold it up for about 10 seconds. While it's still cooling, you're gonna grab a light hold hairspray. I'm using the one from Design Me Hair, and you're just gonna give it a very quick light spray. And you want the hairspray to dry on the section while you're cooling the hair. And turn it off. And you're done. That's it. This curl, I assure you, is not going anywhere. We're done on this side, and when you want to start on the other side, you basically want to just rotate the barrel from one side to the other. And I'm personally styling everything back. If you want, you can rotate each section forward and backward, however you want to style it. Again, we're going to hold the section 6 inches from the end. We're going to go all the way up. Feel it around. Once it's dry, you're going to go ahead and start cooling the section for 10 seconds. As soon as you feel that cold air starting to come out, go in with your light hold hairspray, and then you'll feel the hairspray starting to set. Let go, and we're done. All right, we're making our way through, and I just want to point out, normally with the Dyson AirWrap, when you're curling your hair, the curls are expected to drop. Remember, this is an air styler. It is not a ceramic styler. It's not a metallic styler. It is an air styler. So it's going to give you more of like a blowout curl finish, right? So they're expected to drop. And usually when I'm finished one side and I start on the second side, this side has already dropped. But you can see they're looking pretty similar right now because it's actually holding up using this technique. Remember, this is a wet to dry styler, so the hair that you're styling is damp and you don't want it to drop on top of your dry and styled hair. So once I'm done curling a section, I throw it behind my shoulders. And the section that I am styling, it's wet and damp, that goes in front of my shoulders. That way, the styled curls and the unstyled hair is completely separated. And when it's drying, it's usually about 20 seconds of heat and 10 seconds of cold air. So each section takes me about 30 seconds. And when you get to the front, the heat can sometimes be kind of strong, especially if you're using it on high like me. Just kind of tilt it away from your face like that and you're not going to feel a thing. By the time you get to the top sections, if you find that your hair's starting to dry, just give it a really quick spritz. You don't need to soak it wet, but just kind of dampen it a little bit because your curls last a lot longer with this tool when your hair is a little bit damp. And if you find that your hair, like you see how mine's is just like super kinky, to get the tension, kind of roll it up, and when you feel that pull, kind of give it a stretch like that. Just a little bit. Don't hurt yourself, but just kind of give yourself a little bit of tension to smooth out that extra kink in your hair. After 20 seconds of heat, we're going to go in with a cool shot and some light hold hairspray. And then after about 10 seconds, you're going to also release that completely, and that's it. All right, so once you're done, you do not want to shake this out. Leave it alone. Don't run your fingers through it just yet. And you're going to basically give it another spritz of a light hold hairspray. This part's totally optional. I like to go in with like the lightest bit and kind of scrunch it in. Still leave it alone, and we're going to style our bangs, okay? So this is just my personal preference to do my bangs. You can use either one of these tools, the flat brush, the barrel, whatever you like, but I like to have a little bit more kind of bend and like control when I'm styling my bangs. So I'm going to go ahead and use the round brush. Like that, cool shot. And that's it. So now you can basically shake it out, run your fingers through it, do what you got to do. I like going in with a tiny bit of Moroccan oil for this part. Totally can skip this if you need to. I just like the finish that it gives my hair. Okay, we're not done yet. I still have one more trick up my sleeve to show you after you finish your hair and you've styled it, you've brushed it out, you've given it a nice shake, and you're pretty happy with it. Now you can go in and do some detailed work if you want to create some more movement in your hair. If there's any areas I want to add just a slight bit more texture, I'm just going to go in and pick up tiny, tiny pieces here and there and do some detailed work. And this is just going to create just a little bit more kind of custom kind of texture to the hair and give you a little bit more body and movement in specific areas. And for this, you want to take the tiniest sections, and it's just going to give you that extra kind of movement. So you see tiny, tiny sections, and just kind of reiterate a little bit more texture into those spots. Perfect. It has such a nice texture and bounce to it, and the shine is there and it's holding its shape. Such a vibe. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys want to check out the Dyson AirWrap, I will leave a link for it in my description. If you have any questions, if there's anything that I missed out, drop your questions in the comments. I will get back to you. And I am going to leave all of the giveaway details right over here on how to enter to win. And I just want to thank you guys again for all of your support. Thank you for the 100K. Thank you for the almost 400K on IG. And I will try to shell out as much content as I can for you guys. Bye. All right, guys, I'm giving away 2 Dyson AirWrap complete sets. The rules are simple. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on IG, tag 2 friends on my IG Dyson giveaway post, and don't forget to mention your YouTube handle so I can find you. I'm going to choose 1 winner from IG and 1 winner from YouTube, so you have 2 chances to win. Good luck.